Okay, hello everyone. So we are going to start the episode 3 of Anyone Python. It's continue of the season 3, the spring. So we started the season 3 for Anyone Python core Python, but unfortunately we cannot finish all of the topics of the core Python. So we roughly cover the first half of the core Python that I planned. So I decided to continue and to finish the core Python in the continued the version of the season 3. So it's basically the continued version of the season 3. So if you already did the season 3, so you can relax and continue to work. Otherwise, if you are new here, so that's the problem. Actually, not a problem. So you can study by yourself using the link that I sent. So if you go to the Anyone Python website or the Anyone Python the YouTube, so you can watch the all previous the lecture that we covered in starting from the last year, the season 1, season 2, and season 3. So, but it may take a time because we already covered a lot of topics from the season 1 through the season 3, first half of season 3. But I think that you guys can do that. So because we are going to have the 1 hour the episode every week, every Saturday. So also I believe most of you will have the vacation, summer vacation. So from this week, some of the region so already started the summer. So you guys pretty much have enough time. So please study by yourself, and you can easily catch up. Okay, one more time. So please turn on the video, then I can check your feedback. Otherwise, it's really hard for me to manage this class because if there's no interaction, if there's no response, so I cannot check whether you guys understand my lecture or not. So please turn on your video. That is the best way. So however, so if you turn on your audio, it's really bothering me. So please mute your audio. Then what happens if you have any questions? So please use your chat box. So then I'm going to introduce the 3 TAs soon. Then the TA will take care of your question. Also, one of the main change of the season 3, the continue the season 3. This season we are going to have the office hour after the lecture. So after each lecture end, so we are going to have the 30-minute the office hour by TA. So each TA will manage the group of students. So it's a volunteer. The volunteer you can join the breakout room. Then if you have any question individual, you can ask a question. Otherwise, I try to answer for your question during the lecture, not always, because the Zoom is very limited for the interaction between the teacher and the student. But so that's the reason we have the TA. Okay, so because this is continued the season, so I do not explain the details of this one. So if you are new here, don't worry. So eventually you will catch up the Anyone Python soon. Okay. So let me, as a user, most of the logistic is the same as the last season. So I'm going to use the desktop, the sharing. So if you can see my desktop, please give me the reaction. Okay, that's the one thing we are using. Please give me the thumbs up if you can see my desktop. Okay, very nice, very nice. So many of your face are not new. So we have Brandon, Katie, and Olivia and Ryan. Do you are here? And also the Jonathan, please use your reactions. So I think pretty much okay. Anyone who is new here, you can the thumbs up if you are totally new in Anyone Python. Nathan, welcome. So this is not the regular course, so you don't have to be stressful. Just follow. If you cannot follow me, or you can watch the YouTube recorded video, or you can join the breakout session with the TA, then you can get the more information about this one. Okay, so let's start. So today we are not going to cover the new topic. Instead, we are going to quickly review throughout. I believe that many of you studied, but not always it works. So it's a good idea to review the last episode, episode 1 through 10. So then you can remind what you learned the last time. Okay. So before we start, we have a little bit change of the annual Python step. First, myself. So I moved to new university. So basically, I changed my job. And right now, I'm professor of Drew University in New Jersey. So I just started. So anyone who lives in New Jersey, please give me thumbs up. New Jersey or the New York area, Manhattan. Anyone? Yes, Lion, you are around here. So the university is nearby Newark Airport. Okay. So then we have the change of TAs. So Irvin, continue. Irvin, can you introduce yourself?
Hey everybody, my name is Elvin. I'm a junior rising senior at Bergen County Academies in the Engineering Academy. Yeah, and I'll be really happy to help you out with any questions you guys have.
I heard that the Bergen County Academy is very good, the school, right?
That's what people say.
So very nice. And we have two new faces as a TA. The first, Brian, are you here?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
My name is Brian Song, and I go to Long Island in the Wheatley School, and I'm a junior, or going to junior.
Okay, so he's very good at Python, specifically the AI, such a programming. If you are very interested in the AI and the Python, so you can ask any question to the Brian also. And we have the new face as a TA, the Nicholas.
Hello, my name is Nicholas Lee. I'm a junior at Hopkins School, and yeah, I'm going to be helping you guys out for this course.
And also he's the expertise on the robotics, the design, and the hardware. So I think that you can ask questions if you're interested in the robotics like that. Okay, so then let's start because we have only the 15 minutes for today's episode. So I'm going to use something question for you guys. You guys can use the chat box if you know the answer. First question is, what is this? This is a high-level program language interpreter, object-oriented, also functional programming, open source, general purpose, high extendable, and code readability. What is this? Anyone who knows, please use the chat box, then answer your question. Answer for my question. You don't have to be shy. Nobody knows who you are, so you can just change your characteristic, the more proactive, and please answer for this question. Python, Brandon. So, anyone else? Eden, yes, it's Python. Yes, it's a Python. So, the title of the program is Anyone Python. Meaning is we are going to learn the Python. Anyone can learn the Python. So this is the benefit or the characteristic of the Python. You don't have to worry about each and everything. But here, let me use oh yes, it's already pen. Interpreter. So interpreter is kind of a translation. So as I said, this is one common mistake. So anyone who remember what is this symbol in this class? Anyone who remember? Yes, Ryan, very nice. This is a computer. So whenever I use the rectangular, that means it's computer. Then who is using this computer? Anyone? Me, yes, us, and which means I tried my best. It's like this. It's a Homo sapiens, right? So everyone use. Actually, the another computer can use the computer, but basically the main user of computer is the Homo sapiens, us, the we. But unfortunately, the we cannot understand the language that computer use. The computer use the machine language. The human use the human language. It's totally different. So whenever you, for example, anyone who knows the French, or anyone who knows the Swahili, so such a language, what happened when you visit, I do not speak the Chinese, but when I visit the China, I'm using a lot the translator, right? So same thing. When you are using computer, who is using the machine language, which I don't understand, at the time we need to use the translator. So such a translator is called the compiler. It's a translator. So such a compiler is sometimes called the interpreter. So we learned what is the difference between compiler and the interpreter. Please check the internet or the previous lecture. What is the difference between compiler and interpreter? So Python is such an interpreter. Okay. Then Python is a high level. High level means what? It's a human, like the human language. Okay. So this is a common mistake. Computer program language is not for computer. It's for us. It's for human being, which means it's very easy to understand. Okay. People try to make the program language easier and easier for you guys, for us. Okay. So that Python is the high level language, like the human language, English style, and there is the interpreter. The others, the more things you study in the programming and computer science, you will understand such a list of the characteristics. Okay, but right now, even though you don't understand, don't worry. Okay, do not try to memorize. Even I cannot memorize, but later when you are using the more and more the program language like the Python, you will understand the eventually. Okay, the next question is, what is this? This is the software to code programming languages like the Python. What is this? Anyone? So what is this? This is the software to code, to write the program language. Here's the hint. So you use this in the last episode for Python programming in this class. So what is this? You can use a chat box if you know the answer. Even though you don't know the answer, just type. Code editor, yes. So, but I need the specific name of this one. Anyone who knows? It's called the PyCharm is one of the examples. Very good. The answer, the Ian. So it's the PyCharm. One of the example of this is PyCharm. It's called IDE. Do you remember that? It's the integrated development environment, IDE software. Then, as Ian answered, the PyCharm is one of example of this IDE. So whenever you whenever you use the program language, it's just not required, but strongly suggest to use one of IDE. Like when you start the Python, I'd like to learn Python, then you'd better use the one IDE. So what kind of IDE you are using in this class? What kind of IDE? hint. You can check the chat box. Example of what IDE we are using. Please type, okay? Then if you type, you will not forget this. Please, come on. Eden, very nice. It's a high chunk, okay? As I said, please help me. If you do not respond, if you just stay calm, and if you are shy, I
나
cannot
근데 이거 다 하고
continue.
신전 먹어도 돼?
Who is talking? It's okay, but it will be better. The mute your audio, that can help me a lot. But please try to browsing the chat box, okay? If you do not ask a question, it's just a one-man show, okay? So this is not for me. This is for you guys. To do that, I need your response. I need your reaction. Otherwise, it's really, really hard to manage this class, okay? That's sometimes the people contact me. So thank you for this free class, whatever. So is there any way to help me? So the only way for you guys to help me is reaction, okay? If you do not react, if you do not the response, no energy to continue this class, okay? Please show your, then try to the code and try to do something. Otherwise, there's no progress. This is not a movie. This is not a drama. The class needs the action and reaction and interaction. Okay. If you can follow me, if you agree me, please give me thumbs up. Okay, I believe that everyone agree. Okay, so 10, 11, 12, 13, only 12, so only half of them follow me. So please try do your best to react, then that can help me a lot. Okay, so this the episode 1 that covers such a Python and IDE. So if you are new here, you need to have the Python. I'm not going to show how to install this one. Please check the previous recorded video. Previously, if you go back to the episode 1 and the extra episode, you can check how to install the Python. It's already increased. Right now is the 0.5. So, but do I need to reinstall? No, you don't have to. Okay, if we are using 3.8 or later, it's totally fine. Even if you have the 3.7 or 3.6, it's also okay in this class, but it's quite old version. So 3.8 or later will be fine. So don't try to the update or the reinstall, even though it's the older version. But current version is the 9.5. But if you have only the 2 point something Python 2, please do not use the Python 2. Python 2 will be retired this year, which means it will not be supported by the Python. Then for the PyCharm, some of you guys realize the PyCharm keep asking updating the version. Do I have to update? It's totally up to you. Even though you do not update, it's totally fine in this class. Okay, it has something bug fix and a new feature, but we don't use. So if you want to keep the old version, it's fine, but slightly change the interface. I like this interface because it's the old style. So it was changed in the previous version, but it's almost the same. So we can use usually download the file and open the directory. Okay, this the icon a lot. So and also the welcome, the window is changed. Previous one was better, but anyway, this is a new one. If you want to update, you can update the PyCharm anytime. If you install the new one, please check the previous video, episode 1 and extra the lecture of the episode 1 to how to install the PyCharm. Okay. So let's move to the episode 2. In episode 2, I very briefly introduced command line because we are going to use the command line. Command line is different from the graphical user interface. So we are going to type something command. So it is a good idea to know about the very basic command like the NKDIR, CD, PWD, touch, ls, MV, those, blah, blah, blah. If you do not know what they are, so it's fine. If you know, it's better for you. It's good for you. So what can I do? I want to know the such a command line. The Professor Lee said before, if I use the command line, it looks like the hacker is a professional. Do you remember that? So, but how do I know? So you can go to the N1 Python season 2. So season 2 cover the such a N1 Python basic, the command line, basic command. Also, a lot of time you are using the autofill. So I will show you how to use the autofill. Then quick question. Which key pad you are going to use for autofill? Anyone who remember? Which keypad are you using for autofill? Which key? Anyone? So how can you use which keypad? It's the tab key. So tab key will be used for autofill. I will show you how to do that. Okay. Then for the reminder, there are several the Python programming style. Style means it's just a style. It's not required, but a lot of people who are using Python programmer use this kind of style. First command. So there are two ways of command. One is a triple quotation mark. So anything between the triple quotation mark will be command. Command means it's nothing. It's just the explanation. Okay, it's not the command. It's not Python code. It's just the explanation. Another one is, what is the command? So this is it's bigger. This is the hashtag, right? Idan, very nice. So this is the after anything after this hashtag will be the command. So you can use either triple quotation mark or the hashtag. It's a strongly suggest to add as much the command as possible. Then people can understand. As I said, computer programming is not for computer, it's for human being. So for better understanding, you need such the command. It's kind of a style. Then indentation is not the optional, it's a required in the Python programming. So why? We will see. I already explained a lot of time in the previous season, but in this season, I also explained why we need indentation later. Simply for code block. So you remember, the Professor Lee mentioned a lot of time code block. Then why code block is important will be discussed in this season. That is one of the most important part. Okay, then you need to create a lot of the function. Sometimes some of the people write the code, it looks like the essay style. So it's just the bunch of code, but some people just decompose, make the group. Then for each group, create the function. So please try to create the function. Decompose the problem, then create the function. What that means? So we will see throughout the season what you guys need to do, both how to decompose and how to create the function. Okay. So by the way, so let's the review with the code also. Okay, so why don't you start the PyCharm? So you can start your PyCharm. Also, you can download today's file I didn't send. So you can, I'm going to share. Please download the file from here. Or let me, please download. It's just for your reminder how to set up each episode. So for those who forgot who are new, thank you, Urban, to explain that. Meanwhile, I'm going to get the link. Okay, if you cannot download this, you can copy and paste the link also. Then once you download, let me show you so always any on Python. Oh, not this one. Yes. So this is the Anyone Python folder. So I ask you to create the Anyone Python folder. So if you complete the season 3, the episode 1 through 10, you may have this one. Then download the file, this file, in the chat box, Anyone Python S03-ESp1 file. Save this file to the Anyone Python folder. Okay. Why have to? No, but for your better understanding, so you can use the Anyone Python folder. I assume that you have Anyone Python folder from now on. Then double click or right click and unzip the file. This one is the exactly same thing that you have done before. Then you can see the Anyone Python S03-ESp. SP means a special episode. So this one. Windows user may be different. Windows user, if you unzip the file, you may have another folder. So most inside Anyone Python S03 folder, remember, okay? So then go back to the welcome window of the PyCharm. So if you can follow me so far, so please give me thumbs up. You are ready, you already download and unzip the file, and the welcome window is started. Very nice, Idan. And Nathan, very nice. And Troy, very good. The Ian did, and Chang, very nice. The Lion, you follow me, very good. And Olivia, so very nice. I think that most of you guys are following me. If you cannot follow me, don't worry. If you have any issues, ask the question using the chat box. Also, you can join the office hour after this class. So then click the open. So you can see the open the button. Open means that we are going to use this folder. Erase this folder as a project. So you can click this. My computer is getting slow. Then find this folder. This folder is in the desk. In my case, where's the desktop? Desktop, and the Anyone Python, and this one. So this is basically should be the same thing. This one and this one is the same thing. That you extract the file. Then select this folder, okay, and open. Then you will see the PyCharm window. This is just to remind you. we already did before. So if probably this is the first time, so you will see like this. If you cannot see the Explorer like me, so you can click the project. If you click the project, on, and if you click again, and you can see. If you want to see the under this folder, you can click this one and see the details. Okay, please use the project and this arrow button to see the file. Okay, then first, all these files we have used before. This is just a review. So first one, E01 episode 1, the intro.py file. If you double click, then you will see this. Okay, then this is you don't have to worry about the inside the code. This one, this program checks whether you are ready or not. So how to run the program? So here, please remember, if you are using the Windows, it's a py command. So I think the Brian, you use the Windows, please give the command like the py. And the Irvin, you are using the Brian, you use the MacBook. So please give the example of the command that is related to the Mac. So it's in case of Mac, it's a Python 3. Then the Windows user, the Nicholas and the Irvin, please give the command. Windows user give the py. Okay, then mine is the MacBook. So I'm going to use a Python 3 command. Then you can type the exactly same command as this one. The E capital letter 01 hyphen, but you don't have to type everything. Stop here, then hit the tab key. And I cannot show you how to hit the tab key, just hit the tab key, then automatically fill the rest of the command. This is called the autofill, the function in command line. So you don't have to type everything, just Python 3 autofill. Then give your name, like the Lee. Then it will check the Python version, and if okay, then hello Lee, you are ready to start the Anyone Python with the PyCharm, like that. If you are using the Windows, it's py, then E01, the intro.py, and the Lee, like this. Okay, Windows and the Mac are different, so please use a py command. Okay. Please give me thumbs up if you can see this message. You are ready. Hey, very nice. Ian and Ida, and very nice. And who else? Jonathan, you did. Hey. And the lion, very nice. Who else? So please, if you cannot follow me, don't be panic. So this is not the rocket science. If you can do just one time, then you can do again and again without any problem. Okay. The next, so we covered the episode 2. So how can I run the episode? There's no episode 2, so we can skip this one. Okay. So next one, episode 3. Episode 3, we covered the variable. Okay. What is number 1? This is the place to store the information in a program. Anyone who remember what is the question number 1? This is the place to store the information. For your reminder, do you remember this? This one, this small box. Jonathan, do you remember this? So this small box, it has something, the name, and the inside. Wow, there's number. It's a value. So where do you keep the value, this information? In a computer. It's not black box, it's a white box. Memory. Yes, right, it's a memory. So there's a specific name of this chunk of memory in your program language. So what is the name of this? Where you store the data, information. Definitely this one is the memory. The bookshelf is the memory. Hint. By hint. I'd like to give the hint. Here, there's the answer. In this, the window, there's an answer. 2 times even. Variable, yes, right. So variable is a place to store the information. So for example, this is a variable. For name is a num underscore the student. Then the inside there's a value like the 700. So this is where is it? It's in the memory. That is a very, as Daniel answered, it's a very important thing. The variable will be located at the memory. Okay, so then number 2, you use this to assign to a variable. So in other words, how do you give this 700 to the variable, this box? How can you do that? Using what? Anyone who remember? How do you assign? How do you give? Equal sign. Anyone else? Do you agree? Please answer. Even though some other people, other students answer it, so you can answer. That is the best way you study and remember this. Okay. Don't be shy. Do not hesitate. So no matter what happened in other students, so you can answer your answer. Okay. Command. So what kind of command? Jonathan? Ian? Equal string. Yes, that's the same thing. Okay. It looks like a lot of people in this room agree. The equal sign. Yes. So equal sign will be used to assign the variable. So how can you give this 700 to this one? So you can the variable name num underscore student. This is a variable name. Equal sign 700. Then 700 will be assigned to the num underscore the student variable. Do not confuse. In program language, one equal sign means it's a sign. It's not equality. It's not equation. Okay. Then what is the symbol? What is a symbol? That is equivalent to the equal in mathematics. Okay. In mathematics, we use y equal the x plus 2, like this one. This is the equation. The meaning is left-hand side and right-hand side are the same, equal. So what is the symbol? That is the equivalent to this equal in equation in program language. What is the symbol in program language? That is the equivalent to the equation, the equal in equation in mathematics. Anyone else? Daniel answer. Equal, question mark? Probably question mark is not sure. Anyone else? Jaden, Young, and Mason. Yes. Are you brother? Each other? No? Friend? Yes, friend. So you guys did a great job. So it's the double equal sign. So if you wanna use the equal left-hand side and right-hand side is the same, double equal sign as the Daniel, the answer. and Daniel and Jaden and Mason. Answer is the double equal. So don't be confused. So we are going to use the single equation, the sign for assignment. So from now on, so instead of equal, so we sometimes call the just the assignment like that. Okay. Also, do you remember this? If you remember this screen, please give me thumbs up. Nobody? Ian, remember. And who else? Nick, the TA. Remember that? Anyone else? As I said, that this is the one of the different things in this class from the other. Okay. So who can explain this? Anyone Python? I'm calling the volunteer. Who? Anyone who wanna explain this? You can unmute by yourself and explain. Nobody? Anyone who wants to explain very briefly what is this? Anyone Python screen? Even among the TA? Anyone who wants to explain this? Nobody? Because it's time already 45. I'm going to a little bit speed up. So this part is your code. Okay. From now on. So when I use this screen, I'm going to use this screen a lot in this season. So this is for the code, programming code. And this part is the memory. So memory. So as I said, understanding memory is the most important part when you are using computer programming. Okay. It's a key. And like to think about when you buy a new computer. So your mom and dad would like to buy a new computer. Which one is better? The 16 gig memory or 8 gig memory? Which one you are going to just choose? 16 gig or 8 gig memory? Which one is better? 60 gig memory. If I love to use the 16, you mean. So bigger is the better. Why? Why bigger is the better? There's more RAM. It's a more storage. Like as I said, the memory is like my bookshelf. So if you have the bigger bookshelf, you can put up more books like that. Okay, I don't have to go to library. I can get most of the book in the bookshelf. So you can save the time. So that is the reason you better have the bigger size of the memory. Which means if you can understand how does the memory work, it will be really easy to understand the programming code. So like the variable and function like that. Then the output, the code output will be displayed. So in case of Python, this is your code part. And this is the display console. And sometimes if you want to check the memory, you can click the Python console. Then you will see the little bit, not everything, but variable will be displayed on your right-hand side. It's a very similar the one, the Anyone Python screen. Okay, so like this room, this is exactly this one. So it's not actually my room. It's for my daughter, but she's in college, so I'm using her room. So like here, your memory, my main memory is like the bookshelf. Okay, think about if I arrange like this, very well organized, it's easy to find your book, my book. However, it's messed up, no way to find. It takes a longer time. So memory should be organized, well organized. If you are the good programmer, your data variable will be well organized, then easy to find. Then your output will be displayed in the console. So your code will be like a working space over here. So you can code, you can schedule, you can run the program like here, and your output will be displayed. Okay, so please, from time to time, I'm going to use the analogy. So your code is the desk, and the main memory, so it's like this, and then there's a bookshelf, and the box like this one is a variable, and the function is the black box. Okay, then this is an example of the Anyone Python, the Anyone screen that I'm going to use from now on. I have used a little bit the last season, but I'm going to use a lot of this. So from the code, do not try to memorize the code like this. Instead, try to understand how does the programming, the code is working on the memory like this. For example, return means this black box, the value will be sent to the main. So then the return value will be assigned to the larger like this. Okay. So then for your practice, you can double click the episode 3, add to number. So you already solved this problem. But this is the function. We are going to create the function. Oh, by the way, before that, I'm going to explain the basic architect, the basic structure of the Anyone Python, the code. So this is the main. So you don't have to touch anything of this one, but basically this one called the main function. So where is the main function? Main function is here. So then your code is mostly over here. So you are going to type your code in the main. You don't have to touch anything for this. Then, as I said, please keep the indentation. Indentation is represented. This is the block. This is my boundary. So main boundary is the full space, the indentation. So same level of the indentation like this. So until when? Until the end of the code, the same indentation. So this is the code. So then how can we run this code? One more time. So you can type, if we are using the Windows, just type the P1. If we are using the MacBook, Python 3, then EO3. You don't have to type everything, just a couple of letters, then hit the tab key. Then you will say add to number. Then the first number is 10, the second number is 20, then output is the 30. Then I explain this one with anyone, the screen like that. Okay, why don't you just run this code for your reminder? If you can run the example, please give me thumbs up. You don't have to change any code over here. Really very nice. If you cannot follow me, don't worry, don't be panic. So you can join the TA, the office hour, after followed by this one. Okay, you will learn the more. Very nice, huh? And who else? After a couple of more, so we will move on the next. Ian did, and anyone else? Ian did. Okay, very good, Brandon, and very nice. Okay, then move on. As I said, this is the review session. This is not the new one. Okay, just remind what you have learned in the last session. Okay, in the next episode, episode 4, it's the math and expression. So computer, why do you use a computer? What is the main purpose of using computer? Anyone? You can type, you can use the chat box. Why you use computer? Why people use computer? Why people develop the computer? Can store the more and remember more. Yes, but even without computer, you can store the data sufficient to do the make it life easier. Yes, eventually, your life, our life will be easier. It helps you. How it can help your life. My opinion is my opinion. Computer is the best. So I think that is the first and the most important reason to use computer, because computer is the best. We can keep more data in the library or bookshelves everywhere, but it takes a long time. So people want to save their time by using computer. Then you can calculate, you can find, search. The most important part and first part is the math. So using math, is there any way to calculate the mathematical operation like that, addition, subtraction? So this one is the first version of computer, like the calculate. So computer support such the mathematical, the expression and operation. Python support. So like the plus, minus, the what is a dot? Dot is actually same as the multiplication and division. What is the double? The division. So it's what? So whole number. Okay, integer division is a whole number, and remainder is a percentile. The percentile is a remainder. Then what about the exponent, like the a to the power of b? At the time you can use the double, the asterisk. And negation is the opposite sign. Plus will be minus, minus will be plus. So then here's you can quick answer on your chat box. The number one. Oh, what is the value? There's no value. I cannot remember. Let's see. Let me cheat. What was that? I think that is a 5. And number one is a 5. Number 2 is the 2. Okay. And what will be the multiplication? 10. Yes. So it will be 10. What about the division? But actually, computer do not return the 1/2. Instead, computer Python return, yes, 2.5. It's a 2.5. Then what about this? Integer division, which means this one, the whole number. So 2 will be returned. And what about the remainder? What is the number 6? So 1. 1 is the remainder. What will be the remainder? Yes, it's 1, because after divide 2 by 2 is the 4, remainder is 1. So this is the percentile remainder used a lot actually in computer. And the exponent is the 25 to 5 to the power of 2. And what about the negation? Number 1, opposite sign, it will be -5. Yes. Okay. So to practice the number 4. So here is the Python code, average 2 number. So you can get the first number, second number, then average. However, this program has the problem. If you run this program, let's run the program like the Python. If you are using Windows, please type py. So first number is 10, second number 20. Average is supposed to be 15, but output is a 20. So there is a problem in your code. So please fix the problem. Okay. Please fix the problem. If you fix the problem, please give me thumbs up. Yes, Jonathan did. And who else? Yes, Ian and Troy. So what is the problem? So Python math also follow the mathematics. So like this one. So what we want is the first num plus the second num and divide by 2. To do that, it's usually left to right. But if there is a multiplication and division, that will be the first. So that's the reason second num divided by 2 plus first num. So that's the problem. So we are using parentheses. So parentheses is always the first. So this is the hopefully correct one. So 10, 20, yes, it's a 15. Also, you realize that I assigned the 10, but it will be changed as the float. So we will see we have seen the what is a float, but I do not explain again. You can find the previous note, previous the episode, and it's a 20. Then it will be 30. Then divide by 2, and it's the 15. Okay. So this is I think that we need to do the review session one more time next week. So, but we need to do one more. The episode is episode 5. Function. So, function is the one time I used the name of black box. So this is kind of black box. There is an input and something, the calculation and the process. Then there is an output. So at this time, here's the question: what each function has the name? So that will be name of the function. So like this one, when you create the function, you need to give the name of function. Then what is this? Number 2, information passed into function. What is this? What is this? Yes, this is called the input parameter. So input or parameters. So this will be the input. The reason why is parentheses, you can give the multiple parameters also. Okay, then information given back from the function is the output. Then what is the name of this output? Yes, this is called the return. So there are 3 main parts. So you can use the DEF, reserved word, to create the function, then to give the name. It's not anonymous, it's a name function. So this name will be used later. Then you can give the logic. Then input parameter will be here, and output the return. Even the output, the return can be multiple value, multiple. So we will see the details. We check the details of the each and every case. This is the example of the multiple input. Let's see with anyone the screen. So here the main, when you call the main, so main function will be created, and there is a function called the max, and that output input is the 5 and 1, and output will be assigned. One single equation is the assigned. So output return value will be stored at the larger. So larger, there's no value yet. So max will be called. So max will be created on your memory. Then it adds the number 1 here, corresponding. Number 2 is this one. So number 1 is the 5 and number 2 is 1, like this. You can always check the red box with the right hand side. Then after calculate the return number 1, which one is bigger? So 5 will be returned. So this value will be output of max that will be stored at the larger. So larger is the 5. And if you want, you can print the larger, then the output will be displayed here. So this is what's going on. So when you create and run the function. Okay. So let me stop with the last example of the function. So there are 4 different cases. The function 1, no input, no return. It's okay. function 2, yes, the input, but no return. And the function 3 is the third function is the input and the return, both of them. And function 4, multiple input, as we have seen just before, and the return value. So you can uncomment. So for example, you can like delete this one. So then what the command and run the code. So for example, I'd like to run the first one. Oh, by the way, where's the print intro? So you can see the print intro is the function over here. The print welcome to class and anyone Python. Don't forget, don't forget the indentation. Always a full space. So full space, full space, full space. So this function has the 2 commands inside. So when you run this function with the name print underscore intro, there's no input, so it will be displayed. So you can run the code like this or file. I'm very sorry. I accidentally hit my power button 2 times. So it quit my Zoom. Can you hear me? Can you guys hear me? Okay. So then this is the function that you can test. So Python E5, and then run the code and it will display. Okay, let me run the next one. That will be the last. You can comment. And the second thing is the print opinion. So input is the full. So if you go to the print opinion, the num is the full. So if num is equal to 4, no, else print whatever. So you can run the code and whatever will be displayed. You can test the function 3 and function 4 and check it. Okay. So let me stop here. So then we will jump. So from now on, we are going to, this is a new one. We are going to have the 30-minute office hour by TA. So today we have 3 TAs. So I'm going to create the 3 rooms. So you will be assigned, randomly assigned the room. Okay, then TA will stay up to 30 minutes. So it's up to you. So if you understand everything, you can leave. You don't have to stay until the end of the office hour. Otherwise, if you have any question, if you have any problem, you can stay and ask the question. At that time, you don't have to use a chat box. You can use your audio and ask and such a thing. So please, each TA will stay up to the 30 minutes. But this is the random assignment, because if you have any preference, so it will be like the voting, popularity voting. So I don't want to such a thing. So I'm going to let me have. Also, this will not be recorded, so you can ask any question. So let me create the. This is my first time to use the breakout room. So then the 3 room assign automatically. So then let me check the TA. So Nicholas is in the first room, and Alvin is moved to the room 2. Okay, then Brian is room 3. So I'm going to open the all room. Thanks so much for your joining. So then today I'm going to go around the 3 rooms, but from the next episode, I'm not staying. So the TA will be in charge of. Thanks so much for your joining the first special episode, but next week there will be second special episode to finish the review session. Thank you.